Hello everyone, my name is Cole and you're watching the Fletcher Farms YouTube channel. Oh, today, where do I start? Okay, this is my half-acre peanut patch that I planted, and I'm going to sell to the local people around here in South Georgia for boiling peanuts. And this is a dryland patch, pretty much, but there's no pivot on it. But I use that little traveler sitting way over there that I know you can't see. So, to water them. Now we have a Hayes diesel irrigation pump, if I can remember. I'll put a picture of it up here. That's just the engine that's on the pump, but it's an old military surplus pump, trash pump that we have acquired. So, we used it for a while, pumping and doing stuff with it. Or pumping, what else would we be doing with it? And anyway, I guess it was brand new, it ain't never been used, and we run it for a while pumping, and it would pump that traveler pretty good. You could get about 50 pounds of pressure on the pressure gauge of that traveler. Let's walk down here to it while I'm talking. And then all of a sudden, I guess we wore the new off of the pump, and all that we can get out of that pump now is 40 pounds, 40 psi. And the traveler will work under that kind of pressure, but when we get up here to it in just a minute, I'll show you this modified, lovely, wonderful piece of crap traveler that we have to water with. So, anyway, point is, the traveler needs to have at least 50 pounds of pressure on it to run the head that we have and walk. When I say walk, I mean real. Here it is. Rapid Rain irrigation reel. We have done a lot of modifying to it. I've plumbed this thing used to be you could get a 1/2 inch water hose to it. Now, that was dumb because it wouldn't even function with a 1/2 inch water hose pressure. So we've rigged it up to put this bigger hose on. This is a 1 inch or maybe 3/4 inch hose. We've got it plumbed up to it. That's the 2.5 inch hose right there that comes from the pond down there behind the house where the pump is. We run that hose over here. We can do a pull about right along in here and do a pull right along in there and water all of them. That's 1/2 acre. There's 40 something rows of them. We put this bigger head on it with a pretty good sized tip in it to run that joker. To get rid of that water, that's the pressure gauge I was talking about. This is the valve that you could use to control the speed that it walks. We put these loops of hoses on it because when this thing was new, it had a piece of hose coming from here to here and a piece of hose coming from here to here, and it was straight. And they put freaking plastic hard hose on it. And when they done that, that thing wouldn't flex worth the piss. Well, it's got to be able to flex because you've got to take it out of gear and put it in gear to unreel it and whatever. Well, that just kept breaking the dang T off right there. So we put this reinforcement on it and put these loops of hose so it's got some flexibility, and it works good. Yeah, this thing is made for watering yards, I guess. A lot of rodeo people use it. A lot of rodeo people use it for dust suppression, like when they get ready to have a rodeo or whatever. I've seen several videos of them reels doing that. And it's not built for what we're doing here, for what we're trying to do. Anyway, so that little diesel pump down there is a trash pump, also known as a low pressure pump. It's a high volume, low pressure pump. And now that for some reason we can't get but 40 pounds of pressure out of that thing, it does not work correctly. I can still use it like that, but it's a pain in my butt to try to get it to work like that, because it's not enough pressure to make that thing work right. So yeah, I need to get these pigweeds pulled up out of here. Anyway, that brings us to that old firefighter skid unit. Just got that little pump on it. So I am going to attempt that pump runs good and everything, or not. It don't really run good. I mean, it runs decent. Let's say that. I'll get over here to it and I'll talk to you about it a little bit more. Okay, so this is a high pressure pump here, old firefighter pump. Me and Daddy's pretty confident that thing should be able to pump that Traveler. It might not pump it easy, but we're confident it will do a better job than the other pump. This engine is an engine that Daddy has put on it, because the old engine that used to be on this thing didn't work worth crap. But it was bigger than this. The old engine was just wore out. So Daddy found this engine and put it on it, and let's crank it up here and show you what it's doing. But anyway, it'll turn the gas on while we talk. It'll stutter, or it'll lope pretty bad when you get it to mid and high throttle. When it's at low RPM, it don't do it. I've done checked oil on it, but we can do it again. So we're going to attempt to get this thing dialed in pretty good. We're going to take this skid unit and lift it off of this trailer and set it up down there in the pond. Get us a coupling to hook this to our suction in the pond. And then we're going to come off of this discharge and put a coupling to hook to that 2.5 inch hose. And this thing should pump it. If the engine has enough guts to do it, we're pretty confident it'll pump it. So let's crank it up here and show you what it's doing. Key on, throttle, choke. It's not loping yet. Let it warm up just a minute. See what I mean? I think there's some trash in the carburetor, because I started giving it throttle and it just died. And also, it will not crank when it's on run. You have to flip it to choke, pull it one time, flip it to run, pull it the one time, it'll crank up. It's running good right here at low RPMs, but if you speed it up, it'll start loping real bad. Let's see if I can get it to speed up. Too quick for it. It's too cold. See what I mean? It don't run right. So it's never done this before. We've had this motor on this thing for a while, using it for when we burn the woods off, using it for fighting the fire, keeping it where we want it, whatever, keeping it contained. It's never run like that before. It runs good at low RPMs, but when you speed it up, I mean, if it's wide open, it don't lope. But if it's between half throttle and before you get to wide open, it lopes pretty bad. It's never done that before, so my guess is something's wrong in that carburetor. So we're going to take the bowl off of it and take the face off of it here, take that off, and we might end up taking it off, but I'm going to try not to. But I'm going to put y'all on a time lapse here, and we're going to tear that thing apart and clean it and see if we can't get it to run right so we can water some peanuts with it. I hope that rain, if y'all can see it, come on focus, I hope that rain will head this way because we really need it. Alright, let's get y'all set up and get to work. Well, boys, here she is. I was going to just take the front of it off and clean the jets and everything out good, but I think I'm just going to, no harder than it was, I just decided to go ahead and just take it all the way off. I'm going to take the bottom and stuff apart off of it and make sure the jet's is clean and wash the crap out of it. Wash that piece there off. And then we'll put it back together and see if it'll run good. So I'm gonna go clean it. Cleaning is boring, so I'm gonna go clean it and then I'll bring y'all back. Okay, I've cleaned it thoroughly, a lot. I took it all apart, took the float out of it. That's about as far as I went. And I cleaned the valve to the jet, cleaned the jet out, it's up in there. I know you can't see it. I washed every single part of this carburetor that I could get to. Every single part. I know it's clean. And it looks like it's in really, really, really good shape. So, we're going to get ready to put it back on here. I'm just waiting on the cleaner to dry that I sprayed right there. Alright, well, now I'm going to give you a little tip. Whenever y'all working on something like this and you got a fuel line that ain't got no freaking cut off on the tank, or at least I couldn't find it, just take your zip tie and put it around the line. And kink it, put your zip tie, and that's the easiest way to do that. So, this is what we're using to clean, this is what we use to clean everything. I mean, working on projects like the tractor and this and all kind of crap, brake cleaner. We use it all the time. There's 3 boxes of it stacked up right there. So, yeah. Yep. I'm going to let this dry a little bit longer, and then we're going to put this sucker back together just as fast as we took it apart. Okie dokie, I put all that crap back, and now this frickin' water line is busted and the tank is full of water, so I'm gonna pull up and dump the tank down till it quits leaking, so it'll quit frickin' leaking all over this thing. I picked it up a little bit. It's about frickin' rotten to put that dang cover back on it and it busted it. So, yeah, always freaking something. So let me dump this freaking tank so it'll quit leaking all over, and then we'll see if it'll run. Okay, I just dumped the water out of the tank where that's not leaking. I will be honest with you, I just run it a little bit off camera just to make sure it was going to run right, because when you turn the camera on, things break. So let's show y'all what it's doing now. It's running better than it was, but I think it's still got some bad gas in the tank. What it acts like, because we got a little Rhino ATV up there that it had some bad gas in the tank because it set a long time and it didn't run worth a crap for the first little while, and then once you got good gas in it, it was running. I put some new gas in it yesterday, but it had some of that old crap in it, so because this thing has done a lot of sitting over the years, so that gas that's probably friggin' 5 years old sitting in that tank probably ain't worth a crap. But it is running better than it was, especially when you rev it up. It's running just as smooth, but when it's running low RPMs, it don't run worth crap. Still same thing. One pull on shake, one pull on run, it'll crank. It's running better than it was, especially at high RPM, just running smooth. But when you get mid throttle and low throttle, it acts like it's missing a little bit, like it's firing half the time. And I checked the spark plug and everything a while back here when we had it down here at the yard, and it's fine. It's firing just like it's supposed to. So about the only other thing it could be that I know of is it's got bad gas in it, and that bad gas is just garbage, especially when it sits in there for a few years. So I think that's what I think. If we run it, I mean, it's running good enough now. We can pump with it. So if it's running like crap after we pump with it for a little while, we need to do a little bit more digging into it. But it's a good little old engine. I ain't never really had no problem with it. But yeah. Well, guys, I reckon that's going to about do it for this one. We didn't get a whole lot accomplished, but I showed y'all how to tear one of these things apart and clean them, I reckon. Gave y'all a little bit of entertainment, so I'll catch y'all on the next one with whatever we're doing. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. I really enjoy reading the comments, and subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. Hit the thumbs up by some slim chance if you liked it. And we will see y'all on the next one. See you later.